everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch, and today we're doing another episode of One Card in 4 Decks. We are moving right along through the Pentacles. I'm so excited because after this, when we get done with the Pentacles, we get to do the Major Arcana, saving the best for last. I'm so excited. So, 7 of Pentacles. I have chosen my Celestite. Celestite is all about patience and emotional stability. This is one of my favorite stones to hold during meditation because I get fidgety. So it really helps me to calm myself and to focus on my goal that I've set for meditation. So this I thought was perfect to bring out for the 7 of Pentacles. So let's talk about the Rider-Waite Smith 7 of Pentacles. So 7 is all about assessment. We're assessing and taking stock at where we're at. As you can tell by the look on his face, he's not very happy with where he's at. He's grown a little bit impatient. Hence why I chose the Celestite. So we know that Pentacles are all about, earth, right? Our material things, the physical plane, right? Sometimes it can be the body, sometimes it could be money, finances, resources, responsibilities, all that fun stuff, right? So here we see a bush. We've got all these pentacles growing. So leaves grow, and then after the leaves we get the flowers, and then after the flowers we get the fruit. So he's looking at all this and he's like, where's my fruit? We don't have any fruit yet. Okay, the pentacles serve as the flowers. The leaves protect the flowers until you get the fruit. He's looking at it, he's like, you could literally hear him sigh. Oh, where's my fruit? But he's also looking at it at like, have I taken care of this enough? Have I given it water? Have I tended to it? Have I pruned it enough? Is the soil right? All of this. So we've all been here, right? Nurturing a project, right? I know I've been here in my business myself, in my YouTube channel, in my herbal product business. Have I made the right things? Have I put out enough videos? Have I put out quality videos? Are people watching my videos? Are people buying my products? All the time. We've all been here, right? But what we have to do at this point is sit back and say, okay, have I done this? Check. Have I done this? Check. Have I done this? Check. I've done everything I've got to do. Now I just have to sit back and be patient. This is the hardest part of a project. Once you get things rolling and you've done everything you can, there's nothing left to do but sit and wait for the money to roll in, for those likes and subscribes to come in, for people to buy your product, and for your fruit to come in. So literally this is the waiting period. And Tom Petty says, the waiting is the hardest part. Yep, I'm a huge Tom Petty fan. I got to see him before he died. So, I love that man. So this really is exactly how you see it. And there's symbology here beyond that. In the background, there's a mountain you can see. So mountains indicate obstacles. You've been through those obstacles. You've done the work. Now you wait. So that's the Seven of Pentacles. So I've chosen to bring out my Wizard of Oz deck. Love this deck. It's so cool. So here we have the Seven of Bricks. And here you have a munchkin. Whose job it is, to lay this particular part of the yellow brick road. And boy, is he tired. Look at that face. Oh, he's so tired. He's leaning on his cane. He's exhausted. And I want to tell this guy, buddy, the yellow brick road was not built in a day. Take a breather, take a break. You know, it's going to take time. You got to look back at your progress. That's another thing. Look how far you've come. You've got leaves, at least, right? Here, you've got growth. That means there's progress. You know, you've laid some parts of the road, I'm sure. So look at what you've done, you know. Plus, give yourself a break. You've laid road where there's poppies. It's okay to be tired, you know. That happens with poppies, you know. Give yourself a break. It's okay. You know, blame it on the poppies. That's what I say. But it's natural, you know, to get tired. You know, give yourself a break every now and then. You know, don't beat yourself up. That's a long road. Very, very long road. All right, now we've got the Guardian of the Night Tarot. And we have a spider and a bunch of webs. And Mother Spider here is looking at her progress. She's assessing, right? She's looking at all the intricate detail and seeing, okay, where are there any holes? You know, did I mess up on any of the counting? Oh my gosh. I saw a video where a spider was making her web, and you know, she was like, you could see, like, it was slowed down, so you could see how she was doing her web and she was counting, and I think she made a mistake, so she was going back and fixing her mistakes, and she was, you know, like literally counting and evaluating and doing all this, and you just marvel at that. So this is what she's doing. She's looking at all her webs and seeing if she needs to reinforce anything, you know, and this is what he needs to be doing, instead of sitting there like, oh, I'm so tired of waiting. You know, look at what you're doing. Maybe you need to prune here and here. Maybe, you know, maybe your roots need to be, you know, watered. Maybe, you know, maybe let in a little sun here and here. This is a wonderful interpretation of the Seven of Pentacles, in my opinion, because there's such intricate detail that goes into a spider's web. One mistake, it weakens the integrity of the entire web. So it's super important to get it perfect. So I love this interpretation. I think that's not only amazing, you know, It reminds me of how amazing spiders' webs are, but it's such a great interpretation of the evaluation period that needs to be done at this point. So I love that interpretation. And now we have the Dark Reflections reversal deck, or shadow deck. And I absolutely love this. If you know me, you know what a bookworm I am. So I loved this. So let's look side by side here. Instead of, oh, woe is me, throwing a pity party, being impatient, this guy is grabbing a book and keeping himself busy. Yes, he's there tending it. You know, he's paying attention to his plants, but he's not being impatient. He's reading a book. He's occupying himself while he's tending to his plants. Bravo, sir. That is how it's done. You know, you're there anyway. You might as well keep your mind occupied. I don't know how he's reading it because it's like dark outside. Reading by the stars, if you can do it, that's great. But, you know, he's not obsessing, you know? He's not totally preoccupied. He's reading a book. Maybe he's reading about botany. Who knows? Maybe he's reading a really juicy novel. But the point is, he's keeping his mind busy so he's not obsessing. And I love that. That is a wonderful interpretation as a reversal. I love that. This is why I love this deck, the Dark Reflections, because it's the reversal. So I don't read these reversed because they already are reversed. I did a wonderful reading yesterday with these, and it just is amazing how easy they are to interpret. So I love that. So I love this deck for that reason, and I love this card too. So that's the Seven of Pentacles from the Rider-Waite Smith deck, the Wizard of Oz Tarot, the Guardian of the Night Tarot, and the Dark Reflections Tarot. So tell me your thoughts on the Seven of Pentacles. How do you read them? Read this card, and leave me that in the comments below. I'd really like to get that conversation started. Please visit my website. You can book a reading with my reader, Bobby Fierro. He's from Wild Raven Tarot. I'll leave that up there for you. If you do visit my website, you can sign up for a class. You can sign up for a service. And you can shop my online store. Just remember to, at checkout, punch in that code word, all caps, veiled, to get your free shipping. That is a huge discount I only offer here on YouTube, so don't miss that discount. If you'd like to, please give this video a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more. Tomorrow's video is another episode of my Magical Plants series. We're doing Echinacea. That is going to be a really interesting video. I have lots more videos coming out, lots of interesting things on the horizon. If you'd like to financially support this channel, please buy me a coffee. All the details are down below. Other than that, live your best life and live for yourself. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.